Elk Grove Unified School District is the largest in Northern California. We cover over 320 square miles. We have 68 schools in our district, 43 of which are elementary schools, and we serve a very diverse population of students. So it's an exciting place to be.
We speak over 100 spoken languages and dialects all throughout the district. Half of our schools are Title I. We have a 90% graduation rate from high schools, which shows that the teachers in our district have tremendous care and passion towards the educational and life success of our students.
It's really a broad range of kids across our district, and it makes for just such a wealth of needs and interests and commonalities and opportunities for learning about each other. The teachers are amazing. They're so dedicated to what they do and passionate about what they do. So it's a great environment to work and learn in. We have worked really hard since the pandemic to unify the district and bring it together under common frameworks and common language. So we had developed this instructional framework that to me is really powerful.
Our instructional framework is informed by many bodies of research. As you can imagine, in a district the size of ours, there's a lot of different things happening. And so we kind of came together and looked at what's in common with all of the different research and what's in common with the different methods that are happening. And really what came out of that were our principles.
And that's what we've been training on in the past couple of years is learning targets and success criteria, student talk, active participation, and formative assessment and feedback. So those are our big principles.
Think of the framework as the map that tells me as a teacher where I want to direct my students to go. Then student talk and the formative assessments and the rigor of instruction are all of the tools that I have in my backpack that I carry with me and distribute to my students in order to give them success on our journey.
We found that enVision had that high correlation to what we were trying to do. We want to be able to say, here are our principles. Here's a curriculum that will deliver this for you, while also recognizing, our teachers have unique kids in front of them, so they might pick and choose, or they might look for something else within the curriculum that would meet those needs.
enVision is a wonderful support for our instructional framework because we can find all of those supports for our instructional framework right in the program. So when we are looking at an enVision lesson, we're able to look at those pages before the lesson and really take the pieces on those pages, the essential understandings, the mathematical understandings that are there, and we're able to create our learning targets right there on that page. And then when we look at what do we want students to be able to do in this lesson, those become our success criteria. How will students show success? And so once we have those, and we're able to then look at, how will we know that students are making progress toward this goal? And we do that through formative assessment. And enVision provides a lot of formative assessment right within the program. The other piece that we talk a lot about with our instructional framework is active participation. And enVision has a great layout for that. The solve and share itself, students are actively participating. And so right off the bat in the lesson, you have engagement, you have active participation, and you have student talk happening. So there's really a lot of support within the enVision program that directly aligns to our instructional framework.
I have a lot of teachers that were using other programs, and wouldn't it be great to have one that's kind of an all-in-one combined program that worked with each other? We went ahead and brought that into the adoption.
Momentum Math is an initial diagnostic program, so I would give it to the students right at the beginning of the year. Then I can use enVision for daily instruction. Success Maker uses the diagnostic and the screener information from Momentum Math in order to place a student in an individualized program where they will then complete work at their own level and at their own pace. Each piece has its own place in the curriculum.
To help teachers along this journey of year one implementation, we had multiple opportunities for support.
We had 3 different levels of professional development instruction. They were on assessment, they were on instruction, and then they were also on learning the platform and the curriculum. Teachers were able to do this at their own pace, which is kind of nice because we're treating the teachers like our students, allowing them access to these standards and these development tools at their own pace and at their own rigor.
You know, after you've taught for a year with the program, you have different questions than you did the first time. And so we partnered again with Savvas to come back and give a PD to those who had already been teaching for a year. That second round of professional development was very beneficial for them. We had a lot of really great feedback around, you know, I needed this now. And I think that was what was really important for us, is to meet those needs of the teachers.
Because, you know, it's a new implementation. I was very aware that we might have an implementation dip. So I wasn't sure what to expect. And we saw our scores stayed basically the same. And in some, we saw some pretty incredible growth. I had one teacher reach out and say, "Oh my gosh, you know, like, look what happened." So we were hearing things like that. That was very exciting.
I think the biggest success is teachers are feeling more comfortable with utilizing all of the steps in a program. So we see solve and shares happening where students are doing most of the talking, which to us is a huge success for teachers to come back and say like, "Oh, my kids are loving this. This is so much fun." I think for us that excitement both on the teacher end and the student end has been huge.
There's already been improvement in student understanding of concepts. I've seen students gain as much as a month's worth of instruction in filling gaps. And since last year when we formally adopted the program, our standardized test scores have improved in mathematics, especially in regards to more students meeting or exceeding standards.
To see that students are, you know, consistently performing on those assessments, if not performing better on those assessments with the change in curriculum, really is hopeful for us as we continue to progress and students continue to experience math in a new way.
These students are amazing. They're wonderful people. They shine so brightly. And every single one of them is deserving of the absolute best that any of us can give them every day.